Part of the thing with the weapons, I like it for a bunch of reasons. First, it can be very good for mobility. It can be very good for dexterity. It can be really good for strength when you do heavier things. But it also ultimately is very good for self-defense. But it's good for self-defense because you can pick something up, an improvised weapon. All the things that you can pick up, how can you use them? And they fall into certain categories. Only the 3 basic groups. You can use almost anything you pick up. It's easy to teach too many things. What you need to do is fewer things. Right? Particularly for the starting point. All you really need is a stick like this, and you can practice everything. What I call a staff grip, with both hands palm down. This could be something longer, but all you need to practice is this, and this side to side here. This, incidentally, is a very nice torso loosening motion for people. Diagonal down, and again, this hand is pushes out, pushes out, pushes out, and this becomes very continuous. It's snake-like. If you have the horizontal and the diagonal downs, now you've got some ways to hit people. And this, with a mop handle, is not a bad start. This side here requires a little bit of rotation of your spine. That's why I always start people parallel stance, but then you have to put a foot ahead, or if you put the other foot ahead, this is a fair amount of spine rotation. This has the horizontal, but your hand is pushing it. You roll your hand over, you push it the other way. So it's swinging, swinging. How much wrist depends on the weight. Lighter things you can use more wrist. Heavier things you have to use more shoulder. It comes up the other way, it's pushing it here. And it's just one leads to the next. This is actually very fun because it's just a continuous, it never stops. Or you can do the other hand. Coming behind the front foot is a little bit harder than on the inside of the front foot. And you can go across, and of course we can combine those. Or the other hand, the head being inside, outside, across, across. The lead hand is pushing it. If I come down, it comes up, the lead hand is rotated out, pushes it. But the other way, I've got to roll this over. Two-handed down. Ways diagonally down, is sideways. And there's another one, the reverse staff grip. You put one hand up and one hand down. Okay, and at first, this doesn't seem to add much. You can do the other side, reverse. So one hand is up. You've got to be a little more loose on the wrist for some of them. Swinging across. If you slide this hand, you've got the two-handed. I can do here, right? Do it one hand, which is great for mobility and speed. I can put the other hand on. I can slide the front hand up. I can use this close in this way. I can move seamlessly from one to the other. It doesn't really matter, and they all become the same thing.
The reason was
because each one has an advantage. So it's like you're able to switch the length of your arms and your legs kind of at will. And you've got a major advantage. And you can switch to two-handed, you can switch one-handed, you can switch to the reverse staff. Right? Or you don't have to just use it in the obvious way. Because that's a nasty close-up weapon then. Oh, for sure. Distance is a vital thing. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Play. Put it high. Because eventually we can let a bit too much in once you get it. Yeah.
witness with their little sword.
Extremely flexible, and remember you can hit them with this thing, all right? This becomes a weapon too, but it means you have to only use a one-handed weapon. Usually in defense, this is in front. It's like if I have your sword. So if I'm defending against you, I'll be here. When I come to attack, I may step out here, but when I come back, I go here, because I want this to take the brunt usually. This is exceedingly mobile. You can stop things and still use the other hand. That's right. None of them are perfect. I think I'd rather be Robert.
Yeah, I'll walk around.
We just want you to feel for sure the shield. That's it. You might want to change your mind.
You've been practicing.
This was a classic combination for a long time. If it goes like that, it's like really
Trying to fake it out.
Yeah, you knock your head over that one.
For hand and foot sparring, it's not as obvious, although you can see the body build. For the weapons, it becomes very obvious, which I like it because it exaggerates those opportunities. It makes it more visible. And this becomes active defense, right?
Advanced. I was getting ready to
He is not to strike at the shield. Nice light pick up there, Jimmy.
Yeah, very nice. I think I'd rather be Robert.
Yeah.
Because you got to use your head.
I'm getting ready to feel out.
Because you got to use your head.